Greetings, citizens and commanders. That's right. This is going to be covering two sides of the space race coin today. So, right off the bat, let's talk about the elephant in the space room. This evening, Frontier Developments finally took the bold leap and revealed what all the speculation has been orbiting around for the last year and a half. Space legs are coming early 2021. While this information was leaked over a year ago in a Frontier roadmap somebody posted, it was met with a lot of skepticism, even after the items on the leak, like the Jurassic World DLC and Coaster Tycoon DLC came out, because a lot of people just doubted Frontier could pull off space legs in Elite. Now, if for some reason you're a big fan of Star Citizen, or maybe it's just the only space game you've been following and as a result you're unaware, in Elite Dangerous, the biggest gripe and most often cited reason for why Star Citizen is the better game is that Elite Dangerous, you are the ship. While you can disembark your ship on planets by taking a stroll around in a rover, you're still the rover. You don't have ship interiors, you can't get out of any seat. Your player is essentially the ship AI in Homeworld where she's been merged with the ship. I mean, sure, you could customize your avatar in Elite and pretend like you're a person, but the fact is, you are the ship you're piloting. Now, this new reveal sends shockwaves through the virtual space race as previously Star Citizen fans have at any debate instantly dropped the
"Well, you can't get out of your seat"
card on Elite fans as like a I win button. So, with the addition of space legs and FPS combat to Elite Dangerous, things are looking much more worrisome for Star Citizen as the fanboy cult is currently struggling to find a new angle to dismiss Elite as a competitor to Star Citizen, with some really self-aware remarks like,
"Well, it doesn't matter, Elite is shallow as hell,"
or,
"Who cares if you can get out of your ship now? Elite's planets are empty."
oh boy. Well, first and foremost, Elite's planets have way more content on them than Star Citizen's, because Elite actually has procedural generation in-game. So, Mr. Fanboy, I wouldn't poke that bear because you're gonna look really stupid if anyone with even 10 hours in each game decides to respawn. Because Star Citizen's planets are fucking barren. Outside of having a pretty backdrop for you to take and send screenshots to everyone you know so you can feel good about your JPEG purchases, there is fuck all to do on Star Citizen's planets, and that is not changing anytime soon. Secondly, Star Citizen is woefully empty in content. Time and time again, I see morons drooling over Star Citizen say,
"There's so much to do."
There's mining, there's cargo hauling, there's FPS fuckery, and there's delivering special FedEx with a side sprinkle of really terrible flight combat that has been in the dumpster ever since patch 3.7 over half a year ago. Elite has its share of issues, but there are as many and more gameplay loops in Elite Dangerous, so trying to shame Elite players over content probably isn't the route you want to bang on, bud. Lastly, real estate. Star Citizen is still woefully unbuilt. They are planning to finally be one solar system complete, one empty solar system complete, by the end of year 2020. Even if they magically drop the Pyro system fully built on backers in 2021, which, I mean, probably not. But let's say it happens, it's still just another empty, dead system, because Star Citizen has no NPC life. There aren't NPCs going about their NPC lives in Star Citizen. There's no traffic you can sit around and ambush to pirate the cargo. There aren't pirates out roaming an area. The extent of Star Citizen's NPC life consists of script-generated events. Quantum traveling from Hurston to Magda. Oh geez, I failed the interdiction check, and now I'm being pulled out to encounter some NPCs fighting each other, and now they're targeting me. Or, I'm going to raid this bunker. Aw geez, the NPCs decided to spawn as I'm going into the bunker. Thanks for that. Guess I'll go out and respawn in my bed now. Everything NPC related in Star Citizen is faked, in the sense that there isn't real atmosphere NPC life. The only constant and real NPCs in Star Citizen are the ones you see standing on tables, walking into walls, or unable to transition from a hallway into an open room on that orbital station you have to drop off some boxes at and then go smash a hamburger really quick now. So before you start talking about how little there is to do in Elite, you might want to take a cup of self-awareness and think about the fact that Elite has had procedural generation for years and years, with over 1 billion solar systems as the backdrop for it all. Where you can do the same 890 jump hostage mission in Star Citizen until your eyes bleed, Elite has had the ability to put in new FPS combat across a literal galaxy's worth of planets. So I wouldn't go measuring how deep Elite is when Star Citizen isn't even like big enough to measure with any instrument yet. Just something to think about. Now then, let's talk about the actual announcement and not the morons trying to down it. First, I want to point out that this is just an announcement trailer. Frontier has been doing these kind of releases in this fashion for years, from the crate teaser to the carrier reveal to the Guardian reveal. The first trailer they drop for any new feature or addition always looks basically like this. Nothing really revealing. They tease enough for you to go, oh, carriers are coming, or oh, Guardian ruins. So if you're one of those Star Citizen Knights of Roberts trying to use the Odyssey's short duration or lack of information in the trailer as ammo, you're just showing how ignorant you are to Elite and probably why you're stupid enough to try to talk crap on Elite's content versus Star Citizen. But with that out of the way, let's roll tape. So, as expected, the reveal trailer shows us just enough to go, oh shit, Space Legs are coming to Elite. And that's pretty much it. Much the same way we go, oh shit, the Type 10 is coming to Elite. Or, oh shit, new Thargoid enemy is coming to Elite. What we do know from Frontier as official information is still very limited, as they play their usual frustratingly coy game of slowly putting out details over time. They talk about taking in vistas, discovering outposts and settlements, and the usual exploration. We get an idea of the different kind of missions and activities as they describe diplomatic actions as well as trading, but also tease stealth combat as well as all-out combat. What I'm assuming this is going to be is a mirror of the SRV missions that offer you the ability to roll into settlements and hack an info terminal or destroy an outpost defenses. Frontier also talks about the addition of new social hubs as well as a range of different gear and kits for commanders to use in their endeavors. While details on Odyssey are the typically vague teases we usually see out of Frontier at this stage, and one of the many reasons why I can't stand the way that Frontier releases information to its player base, this announcement forever changes the landscape of the I want a space game where I can be a space person and fly around and get out of my ship and go see and do things in space. Its most obvious implications against Star Citizen is that Frontier will be dropping this new expansion in early 2021, which, if your calendar app is broken, is not that far away. This is impactful for Star Citizen because Cloud Imperium is still struggling with transparency and seemingly progress on the state of Squadron 42, which was originally supposed to be in public beta already after being delayed year after year since 2015. While Squadron 42 is the single-player game of Chris Roberts' Hollywood director fantasy and not the direct competitor of Elite, the never-ending delays and troublesome progress of Squadron 42 matters for Star Citizen, the multiplayer space universe game, because Cloud Imperium has shifted the lion's share of their studios to focus on finishing up Squadron 42, which has led to nearly a year of lackluster progress and very, very broken patches for the multiplayer universe game. While details for Elite's Odyssey expansion are still very sparse, just the simple addition of Space Legs is going to forever change the virtual space race towards the complete space game that Star Citizen and Elite have been working towards over the years. And as I've said many times before over the years, Frontier did Elite the correct way. They built a solid foundation that they've been able to add on to over the years, where Star Citizen tried to build the entire building all at the same time, and it keeps falling apart every time they try to superglue something new onto it. So while Star Citizen has made some pretty solid quality of life improvements over the last year, core gameplay and tech has been woefully lacking on that list. The servers have gotten worse and worse in the last 6 months, meaningful gameplay has been scrubbed entirely from the development roadmaps, important overhauls and reworks of old systems now showing their age or just simply broken have been purged or promised to be focused on after Squadron 42. So, put simply, Cloud Imperium needs to pull Chris's head out of his own ass and start figuring out a realistic road to progress, or Frontier is going to be very rapidly lapping them. Now, I also want to point out, for those Star Citizen backers who fall in the rabid fanboy column, you might want to ease up on your shitty Elite hating, because Frontier took the chivalrous as fuck path and waited until Fleet Week was over to drop this trailer. As if they had announced this a mere week earlier, you could be damn sure Cloud Imperium would have been having a much different funding tracker during their marketing event that they held while their servers imploded and the database completely fell apart. Unless, of course, maybe Frontier was just having editorial issues trying to get this video out. I kid, CIG. I know how hard it is to put together a marketing masterpiece. Take your time. So, in all seriousness, while Elite's new Space Legs expansion has some serious implications for how the game is measured up against Star Citizen, we have no real detailed information yet, and while Space Legs and FPS combat sounds like an enormously fresh gameplay loop for Elite, we have no idea if Frontier is also planning to address many of Elite's core issues and problems with this expansion, because while Space Legs is the obvious problem when comparing the two games, being able to get out of your ship is not Elite's only problem. While I mostly discuss and criticize Star Citizen and its development, you can be quite certain that Elite Dangerous has its own woes and shortfalls. I don't personally feel the need to get into them here on my channel because Elite already has a solid group of content creators that do this every week, consistently. So, if you're not super familiar with Elite and you want to temper your Space Legs hype, I strongly suggest watching a few videos by the Yamix, as I found him to be very consistent in his criticism of the game. He gives Frontier credit when they're trying and doing something good, and he savages them when they make what should have been obvious to anybody mistakes. That said though, I really hope that Frontier is taking Elite back to the drawing board with this expansion and finally weighed out some of the community's biggest issues as well as gameplay shortcomings. Kill engineers! But as with any game, keep your hype in check, Commanders, because this really could go either way. Now, as always, I am FailureToReport. I wanted to smash out a quick video covering my initial thoughts on this while it was still fresh in my mind, but I will be streaming shortly after this video is uploaded, which anyone coming across this video later on, keep an eye out for that stream video, as it'll probably be a supplemental to the things covered and talked about in this actual video. You stay safe out there, and I will see you next time.